effectively canceling Columbus Day. Do you support that decision? What are your thoughts on it?
Let me give you a shocker. Are you ready for a shocker?
Please.
I disagree with it. I know you're taken aback. Look, cities cities have certain authority, and a city can declare a city holiday. Buffalo can, New York City can, other cities can. When it comes to appreciating and respecting indigenous people, I agree 100%. When you look at what has happened to the indigenous people in this country, it's a shame. They deserve much more than a holiday. I would support a holiday. They deserve more than a holiday. When I was HUD secretary, one of the things HUD did was provided housing on Native American reservations. And I visited dozens of them. You know, the poorest places in the United States of America are Native American reservations. I spent time on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, 75% unemployment, fetal alcohol syndrome, some of the worst conditions. What we did to the Native Americans, we gave them reservations. You know what the reservations were? The land that nobody else wanted. We took what we wanted, and the unusable land, the less valuable land, that became reservations. And I've seen it firsthand all across the country. I have tremendous respect for the Native American people and the Native American culture. Visited the Tlingit Haida tribe in Alaska and was given an honorary name of Ankadaksin. So I've done a lot of work with the Native American community. I support an indigenous people's holiday. But I also support Columbus Day. And you can have an Indigenous Peoples Day without intruding on Columbus Day. And that is the spirit of New York. Columbus Day is a day where we celebrate the Italian-American contribution to this state. And by the way, it's not either or. We're not drawing lines and dividing. We're trying to do the opposite. We're the collective. We celebrate all. We celebrate the Jewish contribution, salute to Israel. Let's have a Greek parade. Let's have an Italian parade. Let's have an Asian American parade. Celebrate everyone. You don't have to exclude Italians to celebrate indigenous people. And why would you want to? Now look, you may accuse me of being biased. I come from Italian-American heritage, as do many people in this city and in this state. And why do you feel the need to diminish the Italian-American contribution to recognize the indigenous people contribution? It's not one or the other. Well, we can either have a Salute to Israel Day parade or an Italian Columbus Day parade. No, have both. That's New York. That's celebrating diversity, celebrating immigration, celebrating us, celebrating the collective, celebrating the mosaic, celebrating the family. Why insult or diminish the Italian-American contribution? Why? There's no need. And it's unhealthy for the body politic. So I would support an Indigenous People Day, and I believe they should have more than a day. They should actually have the justice that they deserve. But Columbus Day is a state holiday, and Columbus Day will stay a state holiday. And I recognize and support the Italian-American contribution to this city and state, which is significant and should not be diminished. And I diminish no group's contribution to this city. And I welcome more groups and more new immigrants to be part of this state. And I think the other message is destructive, you know.
Governor, what are the specifics of the Broadway reopening?